The all-new 2019 Husqvarna FC450 review starts right now. So let's go over some of the changes. One of the biggest changes is the exhaust. It's all new. Husqvarna added a slip fit in the mid pipe to allow the pipe to be removed without actually taking off the whole shock. The bike has a new redesigned rear muffler that's actually shorter than last year's model. It's a cone shape. It should be noted that the new 2019 muffler does have a cone restrictor inside it that makes it good for sound testing but actually hurts it on a dyno, because of the new rules and regulations as far as decibels, how loud that motorcycle can be. However, the header is on par with any aftermarket exhaust, so all you need to do is buy a slip-on, which if you're in a race situation, that's what you're going to do anyway. I recommend going to Rocky Mountain Cycle Plaza. Personally, I'm going to buy the FMF slip-on. The next biggest difference is the new head. The head is actually milled. It's 15 millimeters lower than last year's model, which actually is going to help with throttle response and lower to mid-range power. Motor is still one of the strongest in its class with a whopping 63 horsepower at sea level. Because of the milled head, the camshaft is actually closer to the center of gravity, which improves handling on the bike. The next biggest change is the frame itself. It's actually 10% stiffer torsionally. Why is that important? Well, the frame itself is really light, and just because it is a steel frame, well, it bends a little bit more. And from 2018, and myself actually having a 2018, it would flex a little bit more. This bike, however, doesn't flex quite as much. You can definitely tell the 10% more stiffness in the frame itself. It still gives you that little bit of flex, a little bit of give, but it's not so much. It actually helps with handling around the track. The last biggest change for 2019 is going to be the transmission. The gearbox is a new Pankel Racing Systems. What's cool is Pankel Racing Systems is an Austrian-based high-performance drivechain company that produces drivechains for Formula One teams. And from what I've read is this new FC450 gearbox is on par with factory team's Custom Works transmission. So on to some of the things that I like about the bike. The power band. The power band is so usable that I believe every skill set would love this motorcycle. It doesn't hit super hard on the bottom. It's very user friendly when it comes to power. In my opinion, it's amazing how fast you can actually go on the bike without feeling like you're going fast. So my next favorite thing about this bike has to be the ECU. It's located on the left side of the handlebar by your clutch, and it has a number 1, number 2, and a TC on it. The number 1 is the more mellower map. It's actually my favorite map. Number 2 is going to be the more aggressive map, and then you can turn on traction control on either of those maps by just the click of a button. And what the traction control does, it analyzes throttle input, the throttle position, and at the rate the engine's RPM increases. And so if the ECU recognizes any higher revs, well, it registers it as wheel spin. So the ECU in return retards the ignition for less power. Next, I'm going to show you some onboard footage of the first time me riding the bike playing with the ECU. All right, let's test the bike on traction control. So I'm hitting traction control, non-aggressive map, and let's see how it feels. Bike actually is hooking up better. I feel as if I can be harder on the throttle and not have to worry about my rear end sliding out. Ah, triple, triple, triple. But I definitely can tell a little bit of a delay in It's almost a little bit intimidating how much more power I have right off the hand, right off the bottom. And I still have traction control on. So yet the bike still feels like it's delivering a smooth, almost linear power. Woo! That was a mistake. But bikes just handle so nice. Alright, after this, I'm going to turn it off. Alright, let's go down here. Traction control is off. Still on map 2. Oh yeah. Okay. Now this is where I'm going to have a little bit more finesse with my throttle hand. I can't deliver wide open power right away, but I can definitely see how with good traction. Oh God. For instance, if the track just was prepped, your first photo, I can definitely see how you'd want to use, over jump, a little bit more power. Alright, let's see how this rhythm goes. I made that more clearly now. Alright, let's go to map 1. Map 1. Yeah. Definitely, the bike is hooking up better. Fourth gear. Honestly, I'm gonna probably have to say map 2 is a little bit too much for me. Map 1 is not pulling my arms off yet. Yet it feels good. I still have the power I want. Man, this bike is fast. Ah. Well, definitely Husky did a good job. I like this new frame for sure. Compared to the 2018, this bike is a small changes, but it's a step in the right direction. These Brembo brakes are amazing. I know. On my last bike, they lasted quite a while. I'm pretty hard on my brakes, and I didn't have to change brakes for 15 hours. Which I know in my Cowie, those things smell like butter. Yeah, wide open. Back end not sliding at all. Feels good. Well, man, I think I found a new love. This bike is good. Right out of the box. Probably best bike I've ridden with. I like it. I like it a lot. Feels good. All right, here we go. good, guys. I'm impressed. Really impressed. So in closing, I have to talk about the few things I didn't like about the bike. The first thing would have to be the seat. The seat feels like sandpaper. It'll rub your butt raw. I do recommend you get a seat cover to fix that issue. The second thing would have to be the spokes. The spokes seem like they were always going loose. Maybe it was just me, but the other people I've talked to seemed like their spokes were going loose as well. My third and final thing would have to be the airbox. The airbox is so restricted, not even air is in it. It does hinder the motor just a little bit. I've seen dyno reports of people drilling the airbox, actually getting an improvement on that. I haven't done it to my motorcycle yet. I don't plan on doing it, but it would be nice if the airbox was a little bit more open like the KTM is. And then I have a much larger like list. I obviously like the Brembo brakes. I think they're best in class. The brake pads last extremely long. I know in my 2018, I had 50 hours on it and I only changed it twice. Number 2 would have to be the weight of the motorcycle. The Husky is number 2 in line, weighing at 224 pounds, and it definitely feels light on the track. It's one of my favorite things about this motorcycle. My third thing on the list would have to be the hydraulic clutch made by Magura. It's never fades, it's always responsive, it seems to last quite a while, it's easy to pull in, even if you have arm pump you can still use the control. My fourth thing would have to be the WP air forks. They're some of the best air forks I've ever ridden with, and I've ridden with a lot of them. Once you get a good configuration with them, they're on par with every other spring configuration kit that you can get from aftermarket companies such as Pro Circuit, Factory Connections, RG3, Enzo, you name it. My last thing is actually a minute thing, but it's the radiators. The radiators are actually 12 millimeters lower than last year, so the center of gravity is actually lower and it makes the bike easier to corner. I've always wanted to buy a radiator lowering kit, and with this motorcycle I don't have to. Well, that's it. Things I liked, things I didn't like, my initial reactions to the motorcycle. So if you like this video, please share it, subscribe, comment down below, and as always guys, go have fun and ride and be safe. If you're looking to buy one of these bikes, well, you can head down to Rocky Mountain Cycle Plaza in Colorado Springs. They've got a full lineup of all FC models and some even an off-road as well, not to mention side-by-sides, Yamahas, Kawasaki's, Hondas, you name it, they have it.